All right, everyone, welcome. Hello. Here is the audio and visual portion of your study guide answer key. All right, let's see what we do here. We're talking three-dimensional shapes, and we are talking a lot of volume and a lot of surface area. So those are the key words we want to be after here. So if I look at question number one, I do see we are talking about volume, and for volume, we do use the area of the base times the height. And since it is a rectangular prism, that's why we hear that popular idea of length times width, because that's how you find the area of the base. We multiply it times the height. So if I need a volume of 60, I need three numbers to multiply to get it to be 60. So I'm going to start low here. How about 2 times 3, which is 6, and then 6 times 10, that would give me 60. So that'll certainly work. I could say 2 times 5, which is 10, and then 10 times 6, which would also give me 60. So as long as your three numbers multiply together to give you 60, you have a correct answer. All right, so volume here. Volume, I need to find the area of the base. I like to shade in that base so I can see I'm going to do 7 times 3, and then I need to multiply it times the height, how tall it is. Multiply it by 5. That's why you're seeing 7 times 3 times 5. Again, we can use our calculator to punch that in. You do get 105. It is units of measurement because it is a volume. It is cubed because we want how many cubes can fit in a particular shape. Sorry about that. My sometimes my writing makes it look like a different number. I thought it looked like a 6 there. So inches and then cubed. All right. Find the missing measurement. So again, I know the volume here is 60. All right. So I'm going to do the area of the base. So 5 times 2 times the height has to give me 60. So we could just kind of use your math mind here. That 5 times 2 is 10, and hey, 10 times 6 is 60. Or we could go a little more mathematical and say 5 times 2 is 10, and then use my equation that's here. Does not make a difference what you use. Either way, you end up with 6. It's just that it's a little bit more of a structured approach to getting your answer. I'm going to skip on down to question number 9 here because it's the same idea. Again, volume 140 has to be equal to the area of the base. So 5 times the width times height. So 5 times 7 is 35. So it's 35 times what number is going to give me 140. Again, this is why we can be a little more mathematical because we may not know it off the top of our head. So I do know to divide. A little guess and check could get the job done as well too. If I do 140 divided by 35, we do get 4 for the answer. And there we are. All right, so let's backtrack to question number 9 here. We're finding the volume. Again, it is the area of the base, and then we're going to multiply it times the height because we're going straight up and down. So we've got ourselves 1 1/4 times 4 1/2 times 2 2/3. I like taking care of it all at once because the cross division might show up here and I can play a little leapfrog. So next step is improper fractions. So 4 times 1 is 5. 5 plus, 4 times 1 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. So it's 5/4. Then we keep the denominator the same. Times 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. It's 9/2. Times 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. Or 8/3. So cross division here, as long as we're on a diagonal, we are good. So I do notice the 3 with the 9. I can divide them both by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 9 divided by 3 is 3. I see the 2 with the 8. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 8 divided by 2 is 4. All right. And I've even got a bonus version here. I can play some leapfrog with the 4s. I see a 4. I see a 4. I can divide them both by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. So now I can multiply across. 5 times 3 is 15, times 1 is 15. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. 15 divided by 1, there's your 15. So there's your 15 inches, and then your cubed. Again, I apologize for it kind of looking like a 6 there. I drag the cursor here a little bit, and it ends up looking like that. There we go. All right. Circle. All right, we're naming nets. So because I see two of the exact same shapes, and I see all the rectangles here, or squares, I know it's a prism. So this shape is a five-sided shape. I think it is. Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So that makes it a pentagon. So it is a pentagonal prism. For your test, feel free to look things up. All right, if you don't have your sides that are memorized. Here, I notice we're wrapped in triangles. All right, and we just have a shape for the base, which happens to be a triangle. So that makes it triangular because the base is a triangle, and then pyramid because it's wrapped in triangles. So that's the big thing here. We talked about identifying pyramids first, or prisms, wrapped in rectangles, prisms, wrapped in triangles, pyramids, and then figure out who your base is. In a prism, you'll have the same base on top and bottom. In a pyramid, you'll only have one base. All right, so now we're moving over to surface area. So remember, for surface area, you are finding the area of each of those shapes of those nets, and we are adding them up. So we can kind of break things down. There's rectangle 1, rectangle 2, rectangle 3. I see it triangles. Those are my 4, my 5. So I like to kind of go ahead and label my sides. All right. So for example, if this is a 5 going straight up and down, this must be a 5 over here, which tells me for rectangle number 1, it's 4 wide, it's 5 tall. So 4 times 5 gives me 20. Now these guys are not going to always have those dancing partners that we talk about. This is not a rectangular prism. So I'm not going to see a top, bottom, left, right, front, back. That would be 6 faces. This is a triangular prism. It only has 5 faces. So we're not going to see all those matches. So don't go just be like, yay, numbers are the same. Numbers. No, 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 no. We really need to kind of go through here. So what I notice here is my triangle. And so I'm going to work down in 4 that's here. So triangle is base times height divided by 2. And the base and height always meet at the right angle. So I can see my right angle is going to be right here. So I see the 3 that's there. So I'm going to use the 3. It's going to touch this guy here. And again, it is the 4. This guy is the 4 down there. So it's going to be 3 times 4. It's going to be divided by 2. So 3 times 4 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Now what I do know here is that triangle 5 is going to be the exact same thing because it is a prism. And a prism has the same bases. So that's the only thing that doubles up. Now I'm going to kind of hold off on it for right now, just to kind of let it show itself. So we've got a 7 that's here. There's that L. It's kind of a slanted L, which makes this guy a 7. But people, that's the triangle. The triangle, we don't use the slanted line. We use the base and the height. That means the right angle symbol. So I'm only using that between that 4. All right, so for rectangle number 2, I do see I am 7 wide. All right, going straight up and down. So again, I am going to use that 5. So for rectangle number 2, it's 7 times 5. That'll give me 35. Rectangle 3, let's see here. Oh, wait a second. So remember, there's my triangle. So and this triangle is the exact same. So if this guy is a 4, that makes this guy a 4. So 4 times 5 does give me a 20. All right, so we did see a duplication that is there. Again, we will see some of them, but it's not as structured as your rectangular prisms. And then for 5, like we talked about, it is the triangle. So we can see that's the 4. It's going to have the height of the 3, so it will match up. So 3 times 4 divided by 2, which will give us our 6. So we're going to add them all up. I got a 20 and a 20 that make a 40. All right. A 40 and a 35 make a 75. A 75 and a 12, 85, 86, 87. And there's your 87 and then meters squared. Put it on the answer blank there. Again, use your friendly calculator. That's fine. All right, next one here. Same idea is I do need to figure out all my rectangles. Now, this one is a rectangular prism, which means I am going to have those dancing partners that are there. So I will see things that'll match up. So we'll call you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do want to stay away from the look-alike, and I do want to watch for our L's. So for example, since this is a 6, when it folds, it matches up here, which tells me this guy's going to be a 6. So right there, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we got 6 of them here. So for rectangle number 5, I can see we are 5 wide and we are 6 tall. So 5 times 6 give me 30. All right. Let's see what else we can get here. Hey, how about rectangle 2? I'm noticing since this is 2 tall, that can make this guy 2 tall as well. So 6 times 2 is 12. Rectangle number 2, 6 times 2 will be 12. Let's see what else we got. Oh, hey, this guy's a 5. The opposite side makes this guy a 5. Again, opposite side makes this guy a 2 here. So we're 5 wide and we are 2 tall. So for rectangle 3, 5 times 2 is going to give me 10. All right, so I do notice I've got 3 different answers. So I'm going to have some dancing partners that are going to be going on here now. So people are going to start to duplicate. If this is a 6, this guy is a 6, which means there's my L. All right, remember those L's we talked about. So if this guy is 6, that means this guy is 6. So for rectangle 4, it's going to be 6 times 2. And that's a 12. So again, there's my 12s that are matching up. Let's see what else we got here. This is a 6. That makes this guy a 6 wide. All right. If this is a 5, that makes this guy a 5. And oh my goodness, there's an upside down L. There's your 6 times 5, which gives you your 30. So for rectangle 6, 6 times 5 is 30. Again, another dancing partner here. I should get 10 for my last answer. So let's go over to rectangle number 1. If we're looking at this here, I can see this is a 2 going up and down. So again, opposite sides are going to have the same length. So I know that's a 2. If this is a 5 here, I know this side's a 5. And look at your L. There's your L that's there. So again, if you have a 5, and then you've got a 5 there because of the L, 2 times 5 is 10. Again, knowing kind of what's going to show up is really going to help you out here on these guys. So let's see here. So 10 and 10 is 20. All right. 30 and 30 is 60. So 60 and 20 is 80. 12 and 12 is 24. So 80 and 24 is 104. Again, trained professional here, people. Nowhere do I expect you to do elemental math, but I think you're very capable of it. All right, 2 more here. So this one is a little bit nicer because with our surface area, it's our rectangular prism. So I know I'm going to have a hole top and bottom, left and right, front and back. Again, the nets are a little bit different than when I actually have a 3-dimensional shape. So for the top and bottom, so I see the top here. So I see that we are 2 going this way. I do see that we are 4 going across. So 2 times 4 is 8. But wait, there's 2 of them, top and bottom, so there's 16. You could have gone down here into the bottom here and see the 4. Again, if you want to draw it in, that helps you out. You could do that for sure. Left and right. I'm going to change colors here. All right. So for the left and the right, I can see the right over here. So I can see it's a 2 by a 3. So 2 times 3, 6. But wait, there's 2 of them. Times 2 gives me 12. Then the front and the back. So with the front and the back, all right, I do see this as the front. And so I can see we are 4 wide. I can see that we're 3 tall. So because of that, all right, we're going to have a 4 times the 3, get 12. But wait, there's 2 of them. So there's your 24. So let's add them all up now. All right, 6 plus 2 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. So we're going to carry the 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for 52. So we do get 52 feet squared. And then the last one there is we are finding the surface area of a cube. The thing about a cube is a square. All right, square. So squares, all the sides are the same, which means if all the sides are the same, all the faces are the same. So if one face is going to be 8 by 8, that's going to give me 64. But wait, it's a cube, so there's 6 of them. So I can multiply that 64 times the 6. And that's where the 384 comes from. If I wanted to, again, I could do the whole top, bottom, left, right, front, back, like I did on the answer key. If you want to, you could go ahead and make it just like your other problems. Draw yourself out a cube if you would like. Label it as your 8s. All right, and then go through everything like I did on the answer key. And do the whole top, bottom, left, right, front, back. There's the most efficient because it is a cube. So again, we find the area of one of the faces, and since all of them are the exact same because it's a cube, Rectangular prisms, that's not the case. Triangular prisms, that's not the case. All right, only with the cube.